Hello, I'm Patrick Linnell with CattleFax Closing Bell. Today's Closing Bell is sponsored by Zoetis. Despite all you do, BRD can still strike. You work too hard to have it affect your operation. When your cattle stand tall, you stand tall. Products and support from Zoetis. Since the packing plant disruptions nearly a year ago, cattle carcass weights have been at or near record heavy levels. Even though the true backlog was eliminated roughly sometime last fall, weights have remained elevated due to a combination of generally heavier placement weights and a large placed against supply for the winter fed cattle market. Nonetheless, weights have finally begun to move lower in a meaningful way. Steer carcass weights last week declined by 10 pounds from the prior week as the burn from the harsh cold of the late February storm compounded the seasonal decline. However, since it was a one-time impact and the precipitation was not as significant of a factor as temperature, don't expect the continued sharp weight decline of true weather market years. At 909 pounds, steer weights were up 4 pounds from a year ago, the narrowest increase in months. The carcass weight trend will remain lower into spring, and weights are likely to cross below year ago by April, if not sooner. Lighter carcass weights not only reflect a more current fed cattle supply, but will also remove tonnage from weekly beef production numbers. This would be a supportive factor to the cutout. Turning to this week's markets, a moderate to active fed cattle trade occurred in the south at 114, steady with last week. Light volumes traded in the north at 113 to 114 live and 180 dressed, steady to 2 lower than last week. In the boxed beef complex, production returning to levels seen prior to the winter storm and limited buyer interest pressured the cutout. As a result, choice boxes lost $6.51, while selects declined $7.11 this week. Around the country, feeder cattle traded mostly steady to 4 lower this week, while calves ranged from 3 lower to 4 higher. Cull cow prices were mostly 1 to 4 lower this week, with the CattleFax U.S. utility cow price averaging $62.40. Even with the pullback, prices have posted a solid rally in the last 2 months, with this week's quote $7.36 above the fall low. At the high 2 weeks ago, prices had rallied 18% from the fall lows, compared to a 28% rally to the spring high over the last 20 years. The bulk of the rally may be in, but this would suggest cull cow prices have more upside potential in the coming months. Thanks for watching, and remember to visit CattleFax.com to become a member and receive the latest market news and analysis.